Hey guys, welcome back to Blaze Goddess Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we are looking into what is your boss's secret desire towards you. You got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Go ahead and pause the reading and pick the pile that calls out to you the most. Hey, pile number 1, if you chose this amethyst crystal, then this is your reading. Before we get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want to book a private reading of how your boss feels towards you, you could book your own at BlazedGoddessTarot.com. The link is in the description. And if this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. So for pile number 1, what does their boss secretly desire with them? How does boss We have the 10 of Swords. You have the King of Wands. You have the World. Ace of Wands. Clarify the 10 of Swords. With the Queen of Swords. Clarify the King of Wands. You have the 7 of Cups. Clarifying the World, you have the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. And then clarifying the Ace of Wands, you have the 10 of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of Wands, which makes a lot of sense because the reason I started clarifying the cards is because it's like, and another reason why I have it split up, right? The reason I had a gap right here is because with the 10 of Swords and the King of Wands, it kind of gave me a vibe that like old kings is the vibe I got. Like, you know how they had to kill the previous king to get with, you know, the community and basically be the next king? It's kind of like one of those energies. Like it's like they kind of want you out of the picture so they have more opportunities. Okay, because the 10 of Swords talks about an ending, a betrayal. And as you can see, this guy is, you know, he's not okay. He had a lot of plans. He had a lot of, intelligence. And you could tell he's obviously got betrayed, got backstabbed. And, you know, he has a bunch of plans, and then it's getting clarified by the Queen of Swords, which is definitely, I feel like, is pile number 1. You guys. They find you very smart. They find you very sharp. You're very, I just heard cool like a cucumber for some reason. But like, you don't really react to a lot of situations. You pick and choose what deserves your time and what don't. And I feel like your boss is coming up as the King of Wands. And what a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to the King of Wands is that the King of Wands usually, you know, they are all about action, right? They like to be passionate. They like to be seen. But sometimes the King of Wands can be insecure. And they have to get their validation through achievements. They have to get their validation through how people see them, right? Their reputation is very important to them. That's why they're always on the go. They have to be distracted. They have to always be doing something. So with the Seven of Cups, I definitely feel like I said, they want different opportunities. They want people to stop and think, okay, what can they do with, you know, pile number one's boss? They don't want people to stop and think about you. Alright? So I do feel a little bit of insecurity. It's like, if they could have it their way, they would have you outside of work. Because over here, you have the World and the Ace of Wands. Those were the two first cards coming out, right? These cards. Which, the World does talk about ending a cycle, right? It's like ending a cycle so a new one starts. I feel like they still have a lot of sexual passion for you, especially with the Ace of Wands. I feel like they might even be, like, attracted to your legs and your hair. And the things you do with your hands. But I feel like they just noticed that a lot of people get your attention. Well, maybe not that way, but like vice versa. Like, you get a lot of attention. That's what I meant to say. I mean, maybe it is a problem. Like, maybe there's somebody else at work that you've been spending a lot of time with. Or maybe there's somebody at work that, you know, kind of wants you to. And your boss might feel a little intimidated. Like, they're in competition for you. And maybe that's another reason that they don't want you at work. But clarifying the World, you have the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So it's like, they don't really know how to feel, because it's like, I feel like one side of them really does want you to, like, not be there, have more time for you outside of work. Again, maybe it's the people involved, maybe it's just, you know, because they feel like you are higher than them, right? Like, people would stop and give you something before they would give them something. And I feel like your boss kind of notices that they feel this way towards you, but they don't really know what to do. I do get kind of like a selfish vibe. Like, if it came down to you or them, it's like they would kind of choose themselves. I feel like they would throw you under the bus, realistically. But you have the Ace of Wands with the Ten of Cups. So I feel like that just has to do with work and their insecurities. They like to be the big man. They don't have to be a man. I'm just using that as a metaphor. They want to be the one that everybody looks at. Everybody goes to. Everybody thinks this is the smartest in the room. And they feel like it's not true when you're there. Right? You might make them feel some type of way just by being yourself. Right? So I feel like they low-key really do want something to change in the work environment, so they feel more than you. Because I don't feel like they feel like that now. But all that to the side, once you get past this insecurity, You do have the passion, you do have the love, you do have the long term. You have the new beginning with the Ace of Wands. You know, re-sparking the energy, really having a lot of passion. But not only do they have a lot of passion and a lot of, I feel like sexual tension toward you. But they do very much have a lot of love for you. They want the end game with you. They want a family. They want... I also feel like they want something. Like, yeah, there's a part of them that wants you out. But there's also a part of them that makes them want you a part of the community. Like the work community. So that's why I said that the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck really does suit the overall energy, because this is very complex. Like, one minute they want you around, one minute they don't. I feel like your boss don't really know what they want. They just kind of go back and forth. Like, one minute they want you there, and they say that they could do better and that they're going to use you as an example to do better. You know, you're kind of setting the bar. But then another minute they're like, well, screw it, I just want to be the only one. I don't want competition anymore. And then, like, overall with the Two of Swords, it's like they don't really know how to feel. They don't really know what to do. They just know that they feel less than you. But alright, pile number 1, that is all that I have for you. I really hope that makes sense. If you want to book your own boss reading, the link is in the description at BlazedGoddessTarot. If the reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye! Hey, pile number 2, if you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. Before I get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you want to book your own personal reading with me on how your boss feels about you, then the link is in the description at BlazedGoddessTarot. And if this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But let's go ahead and get started. So for pile number 2, what is their boss's current desire towards them? What is their secret desire? What is pile number 2's boss's secret desire? You have the Six of Swords. You have the Ten of Swords. Pile 2's secret. You have the Ten of Wands. There's a lot of cards. Take these. You have the Sun. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Well, the first 3 cards are not that good. So I'm going to basically clarify all of them. So what is the Six of Swords here for? You have the Four of Wands. What is the Ten of Swords here for? You have the Fool. You have the Ten of Wands. What is the Ten of Wands here for? Your secret desire. You have the Seven of Wands. You have the Page of Swords. Now I'm going to take all of them. You have the Three of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Clarifying the Nine of Pentacles. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Swords. So I feel like your boss is kind of hurt. Well, they are hurt. Maybe y'all are not in a good period right now. Because you have the Six of Swords, which talks about, you know, relocation, traveling. You know, and this deck, it, you know, has all three of them. Right? So, being clarified with the Four of Wands, I honestly thought, like, without the Four of Wands, just the Six of Wands, like, they wanted you to move apartments, they wanted you to relocate. But with the Four of Wands, I feel like they actually want to move this connection forward. They want to move it into calmer waters. They want to move it into a place where y'all are both happy. Because right now, I feel like it is kind of like this card where they just stop and think about you. They stop and, you know, envision you. Or maybe you do have to relocate and they're hoping that y'all can still make it work. Maybe one of y'all has to, like, if your boss is one of those traveling bosses, or they have to go and fill in for somebody else at a different company, which is a different location. Maybe it's just one of those situations where they hope that they could take you with them, or they hope that at least y'all will be able to still see each other, video chat, X, Y, and Z. If that is the case, I do feel like something is coming to an end. Something kind of abrupt. Something that kind of disrupted this boss's plan. Like, they had something going for them, and it kind of happened all of a sudden. Because, like, they're trying to stay optimistic. They're trying to stay positive and think that it's actually a new beginning. You know, kind of like one of those phrases where it's like, if one door closes, another one opens. So they're trying to stay optimistic about it. I do get another travel vibe with the sack. And they're hoping that, you know, with the dog, that this stays pretty loyal. That you stay pretty loyal, they stay pretty loyal to you. You know, that y'all could pull through this. If it's not relocation, then I definitely feel like something happened behind the scenes. And I think it's weighing heavily on them. But you have the Ten of Wands, which talks about being overburdened. That's why I say, like, these three cards aren't really the positive. I mean, Six of Swords is a positive card because it talks about getting out of a fruit hole. Kind of like getting out of a hard situation. But, like, I didn't know if it was, like, kicking you out. Like, making you move or what. So, that's why we got more clarifiers. But the Ten of Wands talks about being stressed, being burdened, feeling like you have too much on your plate. And the Seven of Wands, like, this card's honestly giving me a vibe of really, like, having a lot of solutions and trying your best to figure it out. I feel like they also might have the desire to tell you what's going on right now with the situation. Because I definitely feel like there's some type of secrets. There's some type of secrets going on. But their secret desire is that they they really want this to work. I feel like you have the Sun and then the Page of Swords. There is a part of me that feels like they want to learn how to make themselves happy from all of this. They might be focusing more on their own happiness than really what's happening. Because the pages are like a small project getting off the ground. You know, they're a start to something, but not much to hold something. Does that make sense? Like, it's basically like an idea. It's basically like a plan, right? And especially with the swords, it's like the intellect. It's like they have fun with you, But then they sit back and be like, okay, I could add that to the list of things that I enjoy. Instead of like what we enjoy. But I do feel like they still want to have fun with you. They still want... You know, it's funny because with this Sun card, you know, I feel like she actually is traveling from like a dark into more of a lighter. So I feel like they want to change their mindset from this horribleness to this positive, right? They want to turn this horrible situation into a positive. But the reason I say this is more of like an independent type of energy is because you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is like a single type card, honestly, right? It is definitely a single card. You know, building yourself up, learning more about yourself. You know, growing that connection with yourself. Maybe your boss just has all this going on and want to stay in their own bubble right now. But then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is a career-based card. But it also talks about having a foundation for a family, right? You have the 3 of Cups, which is like a partying type of card. You know, celebrations, collaboration, you know, getting together and having fun. And then the Page of Cups is like I said, pages are, you know, a start to something. So I feel like they just want to kind of keep this lighthearted. I don't know if this is, like, they want... Right now, I feel like they might have a lot going on, so they kind of want to focus on themselves. But they want to keep you close. It's kind of like one of those energies where it's like, I want you around, but I don't want you in my business. I don't want you stopping me. It's like this boss kind of wants to continue living their life how it is, but just have you as a bonus instead of making you a priority. Because I feel like they just got so much going on right now. They have a lot of burdens. I feel like they don't even really know what to do with the situation. They might have so many ideas, but just not much action. I just feel like your boss has a lot on his plate, and it's no ill intention for you. They just hope that you can kind of continue to stay in the background until they're more ready. They do want you long term with the 10 of Pentacles. But with the Page of Cups, it's like they definitely want to keep it lighthearted though. Because they got other stuff that they got to do. They got other priorities. But they still want to have fun. They still want you around. Just not the main picture, you know? If something did happen between you and your boss, they hope that they can heal it and move forward. But I just feel like something is weighing your boss down and really having an impact on how they feel towards you and what they desire with you. So maybe once this energy gets cleared, you'll be more of a together. It just might be a different workload, you know, that they have to deal with right now. I feel like it's only temporary. But that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. If you want to book your own boss reading, then you can go to BlazedGoddess.com. If the reading resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Bye! Hey, pile number 3. If you chose this crystal, then this is your reading. Before we get into it, I do want to say that this is a general reading. If you want to book your own boss reading, the link is in the description at BlazedGoddess.com. If this reading resonates, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So for pile number 3, what does their boss secretly desire with them? How does pile 3's boss secretly desire? What does pile 3's boss? That's 2 more cards. We'll take this one. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Wands. You have the 6 of Swords. And then you have the King of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. You have the 6 of Pentacles. Clarify the 2 of Pentacles. You have the Hangman and the 2 of Swords. What is the Knight of Wands here for? The Knight of Wands. You have the Queen of Cups. Clarify the 6 of Swords. You have the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups. You have Death and the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Sun. I feel like your boss is very happy with you. I feel like you bring a lot of happiness to him. But we're going to start to the left, and we'll work our way to the right. And you will see the cards. I know it's all jumbled up, and it's not as neat as I usually do it. But I see the message very clearly once I started clarifying. Because at first, the first row was just like, okay, so what does it got to do with them? Because I do see movement. I do see movement in the right direction with the 2 knights. So you have the Knight of Pentacles getting clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like this is just simply saying that your boss wants to take their time with you. They want to make sure that the reasons are for the right reasons. They want to make sure that, like, you're not there just to kind of take all they got. You know? They're not saying, like, 50-50, I don't feel like. But at least do, like, 75-25, you know? Or 60-30, you know? Like, show that what they could do, you could do. Even if it don't have something to do with money. They want to make sure that it's genuine, that it's real. And because, like, I bet they can get in a lot of trouble if they had a relationship with you. Right? So they want to make sure that it is right, it's real, it's genuine. And that it's not gonna ruin their whole life, basically. Right? Then you got the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles was giving me a vibe that they want to make sure that they can balance you, they can balance their life, and that it's like a perfect type of balance, right? The 2 of Pentacles usually does talk about juggling, but I'm getting a huge balance type of energy, right? But you have the 2 of Swords and the Hanged Man. And I feel like this boss kind of, they like their alone time. Alright? It's like sometimes they don't know what to do with the situation and they have to stop and think. You know? Because they do see it as a big red flag. They do see it as a big red flag that they like you. That they have feelings for you. Because they definitely do. You have the 2 of Cups and the King of Cups over here. Alright? And you even got Death. And in this deck, you see the 2 couples. So, I do want to say that there is feelings here. Alright? They do stop and think about it. They feel a little bit vulnerable. I mean, I bet so, because I bet it would turn into a big battle if... basically a chaotic mess if somebody else found out. Right? So I feel like there's one part of them that wants to take it slow, and then there's another that wants to rush right in, right? You have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So you went from the slowest knight to the fastest. And then you have the Two of Pentacles in the middle. So the kind of like the juggling, that's what I feel. You know, they want to make balance with you, but when it comes to their own feelings, they don't know which route to take. Sometimes they want to go slow, right? Sometimes they want to come rushing in. For being slow, they want to make sure it's genuine, but they want to go fast because they don't want to lose you, right? They don't want you to throw this relationship out thinking that, you know, they don't care about you. Because they do. They just don't want to rush into it. I feel like the only reason they would rush into it is that they felt like they was losing you, or if you were getting tired of them. Right? Push those over to the side. So, now you have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about relocation, you know, moving to calmer waters. And I feel like they want to relocate. They definitely want to kind of make it more private. And it's because you have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups. The Seven of Swords talks about deception, right? As you can see, this guy's running off, not trying to show his face or anything like that because of this relationship. They're trying to keep it on the down low. They're not trying to have anybody figure it out. I feel like they could lose a lot being with you. But it's like they still want to gamble it. They still want to come and see you. They still want to pursue you. And it's because you have the Sun at the bottom of the deck. You make them very happy. You make them feel like a kid again. And right underneath that, you have the Four of Wands, which is another happy card. And then, I'm not going to pull any more cards, but you have the Tower after that. And the Tower, to me, talks about something unexpectedly hitting them. Like, they didn't see you coming, right? Then you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is usually a masculine that has a lot more feelings that they're leading on to, right? And they are heavy stalkers, okay? They will watch you do every little thing. I feel like they know in their gut that they should leave you, that they should leave this behind because they have a lot, you know, going for themselves. But they don't want to. They know that they should leave you alone, but it's like their soul's already entangled with yours. At times, that's all they could think about is you. And they know that being with you is worth more than what this job has to offer them. With that, that also talks about transforming this relationship to a higher level. So their secret desire is to still be entangled with you and to get away with it. It's like one of those it's like one of those movie scenes where it's like he just got done with a meeting and like you're like the little assistant or something, and once everybody clears the room, it's like y'all start dancing around it. I feel like their another secret like desire is that they hope that like if and only if people find out about this, is that it turns into one of those fairy tales where it's like everybody's like, wow, y'all deserve each other, y'all are so, and like everybody just glorifies it. Everybody just loves to see y'all together, you know. And it's like a beautiful big thing, you know? But I definitely feel like they want something with you. They just don't want to lose their job in the process. I feel like they definitely want their alone time, but they want to still spend time with you. They just basically want everything to work out where they can have you have their job without the drama, without everything else tied to it. They don't mind people knowing, but, you know, that person's mama and their mama and mamas and mamas, everybody don't need to know. You feel me? But I think that's all that I have for you, pile number 3. If this reading resonated, please like, comment, subscribe. It really does mean a lot to the channel. If you want to book your own boss reading, the link is in the description at BlazedGoddessTarot.com. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Bye!